Therefore, you take any object of this creation and you look into it, then it leaves another cause. Then you look into it, it leaves another cause. There is nothing, there is a cause, and what is the real cause of the whole thing? If you look at it, is there any uncaused cause? That means, is there any cause which doesn't have another cause for its existence? From pot, it's a karya, you go to clay. From the clay, you go to atoms. From the atoms, you go to subatomic level. So it goes on and on. Is there any cause which doesn't have a cause? Which doesn't leave any cause as its cause? Then, if you look at it, then what Shastra says, what exists? Sataha abhavaha vidyate, na vidyate iti. That means what? That which exists should exist in all three periods of time. And the world is something which is born and it is there. Since it is born, it is going to go. That means what? It is a changing world. The world is in flux. Everything in the world, which you call world, undergoes change. Continuously, it undergoes change. Therefore, can you call it as Sat? Can you call the world as something which exists in all three periods of time? You cannot call the world as something which exists in all three periods of time. Why? Because it undergoes change. What undergoes change is something within time. It cannot survive in all three periods of time. Therefore, you cannot account the world under the head of Sat, nor can you account it under the head of Asat. Because Asat is something which doesn't exist. Then where you will account this world? Neither you can call the Jagat as Sat, nor you can call the Jagat as Asat. Then how we are going to account? Because the world is very much there for us to perceive. And I find myself responding to the world. And there are experiences I am getting. Therefore, life movement is possible. And I am here as a conscious being, and the creation, I am within the creation, and the creation, if I look at it, and that creation, there is a transaction between the world and this conscious being, the Jiva, I am, which throws experiences all the way through. Therefore, asking this question, that what is the truth of this creation, if you look at it, you cannot say that it is non-existent, nor you can say it is existent. If you were to say that the Jagat is existent, then it should exist in all three states of time. That doesn't happen. Whatever undergoes change cannot have an existence in all three states of time. Then how you account it? Therefore, if you look at the world, there is a new word. It is neither Sat nor Asat. We call it as Mithya. Mithya is a Sanskrit word. I'll explain that. Mithya means, if you look at this creation, it has got a dependable existence. That which has a dependable existence is called Mithya. There is no translation for the word Mithya in English. Mithya is Mithya. That means it does have that which does have a dependable existence. So any object if you take the table, it depends upon the wood. You take the wood, it depends upon the tree. You take the tree depends upon something else. So any object if you take, there is no thing which you can call as self-existent. Because the creation, there is a cause-effect relationship, and you cannot call anything as self-existent, because each object, for its existence, it depends upon something else for its existence. Therefore, the whole creation enjoys a dependable existence. A dependable existence means, for its existence, it depends upon something. The creation, for its existence, it depends upon something for its existence. Starting from your body onwards. starting from every object. And whatever you call it as creation, it has got only a dependable existence. It depends upon what? That's the question. This whole creation depends upon what? If you take any object, a pot, how we say it linguistically, how we are going to say it? A pot is. A pot is. That's a linguistic statement. A pot is. A mat is. A bottle is. So everything is. Therefore you can convert that pot, you convert into clay. Clay is. And clay, you made clay into pulp. Pulp is. Then you convert that into molecule. Molecule is. Then you convert that into atom. Atom is. So that isness which obtains in every object is something which always is. Any object, if you take, that isness of that object, asti bhavam, that isness of the object is always is. Therefore, when you analyze any object, then at the end of it, you cannot reduce, you can convert that form into another form, into another form, into another form, but the isness of the form, it remains unchanged. The isness of any object remains unchanged. And who is seeing these forms? There is someone to appreciate these forms. I am the one who is seeing an object. When I see an object, am I not conscious to see an object, to appreciate an object? I am conscious to appreciate an object. Therefore, because of which consciousness an object is in me, unless the form of an object is in me, because of which consciousness that form in me is illumined, and the isness of any object which is over there, in fact, the amness in me and the isness of any object, there is no lacunae, there is no gap. That isness in every object is awareness as such, or consciousness as such. But the consciousness because of which I am aware of all forms, and the isness of every object, in fact, it is one consciousness. You take any form, that form is where? That form is superimposed upon the isness of it. Any form is superimposed upon the isness of it. That isness you cannot take away from any object. Let us know this. A pot you take, what is his pot? If you look at what is there is only clay. Then what is his clay? If you look at it, then you make it, you convert that into molecules. What is there? Molecule is. What is that molecule? Again you divide molecule into atoms. What is that atom? Atom, again you divide into subatomic particle. Everything is. This cannot be perceived by your senses. Whatever is perceived by your senses is only forms. Only forms are picked up by the mind and seen by you, but the isness of the object cannot be perceived. Why? It is formless.